is that of the Child Wellbeing and Protection Officer, policies, procedures, the drafting of those. But it's not just about drafting policies and procedures, it's about bringing them to life, and it's keeping the young people safe. It's about educating for those that are working with the young people to keep them safe, so that it's a safe environment for young people to enjoy football. We started probably around September of last year when we formed the care team. We've also done some education for young people. We've done education for staff, volunteers as well. So just as much as we can possibly get onto. It's been quite difficult this year, and there's been a lot of anxiety for a lot of young people, and that's around loneliness, isolation, and of course the physical, being around others, the social aspect's been massive for them.
In what ways can the club support strong mental health?
I think what we have in place right now around the care team is crucial because there are lots of people involved in that. It means that we can offer from different areas of the work. But that one-to-one, and it doesn't necessarily always have to be face-to-face. We're doing lots of Zoom calls, we're doing phone calls with others, but it's that counselling from the mental health nurse and myself as a trained counsellor.
Tell us about the support you've had from the club to be able to provide this to the young players and staff.
Yeah, it's been a massive buy-in really, probably started about 12 months ago, as I say, and that's from the board, and the heads of both the academies, Amy and Craig, really bought into it. Staff have really bought into it, and actually so have the young people as well. So the commitment from all areas of the club has been fantastic, and it's been very, very focused. I think everybody recognises now that mental health is the same as a physical health, healthy body, healthy mind, and I think everybody's bought into that. So commitment's been huge from all directions, Nick.
Yeah, the provision that we put on is unbelievable, to be honest, Nick. People like Arlene, Janice, the support that the players have got in place for them is second to none. I know we're the only club in Scotland to have a full-time mental health nurse at our disposal, so I think the young players are in good hands, boys and girls. I think it's really important that everybody's together, and there's definitely a support package there for the players.
What is the process if a player comes to you with a mental health issue?
Well, I think it's one that we obviously, having someone like Craig Mulholland there to always assist us. If me and Brian were to see, let's say, a player that was behaving unusual or just felt a wee bit off himself, etc., you would obviously have individual chats. I think it's hopefully one of my strengths, getting to know the players and that management side. So we would obviously try and test the water ourselves as such, and then we would go to Craig if we felt as though it was a bigger issue. And then, as I say, we've got people like Arlene and Janice that we can lean on for support.
How important is good mental health to performance?
I think it's massive. I think the challenges that all young players have got at the moment is difficult, the society that we live in. Lots of opportunities. Sometimes the opportunities can be good opportunities, bad opportunities. Everybody's striving to be the best, so there's always that part of failure that can play on players' minds. I think a strong mentality is obviously really important, but I think we need to be really careful that the society that we live in, the opportunities and the distractions that these players have got, it's easy to feel bad about yourself, etc. So it's up to us to try and support them in that aspect.
What are some of the issues with regards to mental health that young players might encounter?
I just think if they're low within themselves, we're thinking about elite players. The players been really at the top of the game, the club that we obviously represent. So I think we need to be careful that we want to have them in a good mental health state. We want them to be positive. We want them to be vibrant. We want them to feel good about themselves. So I think it's really important that we create that environment for them. There was probably a time in the era that I played that was a kind of pick yourself up and get on with it. But society's changed, things have changed. So we need to be really careful how we deal with these young players. They're young people. Some of them are children. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I work at the top end of the academy, so dealing with young adults. But it's the same. It don't matter what age you are. It's up to us as a club to try and support everyone.